let's turn to the right. Let's do here. Let's go straight north.
Anyone around? I mean...
Yeah, I just want to go this way.
Oh, is anyone around?
Oh, we're clear. That's a nice turn right there. And let's go up to 5,000 5,500 feet. You're doing good. That's a nice climb. It's 100 knots. Still giving us a 1,000 foot per minute climb. That's pretty good.
Not even looking at that, honestly.
That's fine. You should be looking outside. You're doing the right thing.
I don't even know.
But check your airspeed. You're a little fast, so let's pull back on it a little bit.
Pull back?
Yep, pull back to slow down. That also causes you to climb.
But I feel like I'm kind of steep.
Oh, lower those just a little. That's good. I mean, set a pitch and then see what it does. You're doing fine. I'll pull a little throttle off. There we are. Very good. Yep, no traffic around us. Okay, let's go to the east now. So I'm going to turn this. Let's go straight east. And once we get up to 5,500 feet, we're going to turn on the autopilot, run the autopilot a little. That's a nice turn right there. That's a good standard rate turn, not too steep. Just keep coming back. Let's keep climbing though. You're at 110 knots. Let's climb at 100, okay? Very good. Yeah, that's good. You got 100 nailed now. I know it's hard to see over the nose. Go much slower than 100 though, or faster than 100, we won't climb very fast. I want to get up here where the air is cooler. Yeah, you're flying good. Got your east heading nailed. You're doing good. Heading straight east. You're climbing up to 5,500, right?
Not really climbing a whole lot right now.
Yeah, well, pull back on the stick if you need to climb a little more. Doesn't have to be a bunch, remember, just little movements, right? Little movements. Okay, why is this dumb thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thought it wasn't doing track up again. I thought I was going to have to reset it. I'll give you a little more power since we're climbing here. I got to start getting into the turbo a little bit here. Which is fine. Yeah, that's looking good.
Under 100.
That's fine. Between 90 and 100 is fine. Our temperatures are nice and cool. Our cylinder head temperatures are cool. Our oil temperature is cool. So we're doing just fine. Hey, you're starting to turn right a little bit. Can you notice that out there? Plus, you can look at your DG there. Yeah. And I know it's hard to see over the nose. You can look out the no. You can look out the side and see the roads too, and kind of get an idea if you're lined up east and west. That can help you. Okay, you're at 4,300. Let's just keep coming up. We're going to come up 1,000. Get this cool air up here. Take advantage of that. That's a good climb. Got your east heading nailed. You're at 95 knots, which is great. I'll give you a little more power to help in the climb. Doing great. I like this. Go to Florida, I can sleep, you fly.
Not doing that, so.
Or not?
Oh, I don't like what I'm doing right now.
Okay, you can lower the nose a little if you want.
Down.
Okay, then lower the nose a little. Yep. Climbing plenty steep. There you are. Now your airspeed's coming up. Notice that. You lowered the nose so the airspeed increased.
Yeah, but do I need to climb?
Yeah, you are. You're still doing 500 foot per minute, which is fine. It's a hot day out here. Hey, coming up on 5,200, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what you're going to want to do is when you get up to about 5,300 or 5,400 is just slowly lower the nose. Hold your heading though. Notice you're turning right again? That's normal. I mean, it's normal to concentrate on one thing and then let something else lapse. That's why we use the autopilot. That's what we're going to do when we get level here. Okay. Go ahead and just slowly ease that nose over. Just real slow. Just let it drop. And then you can use your trim if you want to help. Okay. Let's look outside. Looking good. No traffic. Hey, this is looking pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's lower our nose a little with the trim. And the reason being is that we speed up, the trim's going to get better. I'm going to pull off a little power here. We don't need to be using 80% power, 75% power up here, so I'm going to set for a slow cruise. That looks pretty good.
I feel like I'm too looking down.
Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to help you here a moment. I'm going to get you back on your heading of east, okay? All right, let's do this. Let's kind of figure what we think level is. That looks, now let go of the yoke once. Watch the altimeter. Actually wants to go down. Notice we're going, so what we want to do is just a little up trim, but not much, don't need much. Now let's do this. How do we turn the autopilot on? Do you remember? This is the autopilot. Do you remember how to turn it on?
I mean, do I just hit on? No, I don't remember.
Yep, do it. Go ahead. Yep. And we push this in.
For what? What's this?
Just push it.
I mean, what is it?
Turns on your heading, remember? And then we got to hit altitude or hit the black button, your choice. Yep. So now it says heading, altitude. It's going to follow this heading, and it's going to hold this altitude. See that? So go ahead and let go of the yoke. Now when the autopilot's on, don't fight the yoke, okay? Let it do what it wants to do. Now what we can do, look for traffic. Don't see any traffic. See a lot of windmills. Let's do this. Our airspeed is reading about 120 knots, gears up, flaps up. I always just double check that in cruise, make sure. Again, so heading and altitude are on. It looks like it's doing a good job. So I'm going to play controller now. 9288 Romeo, turn right, heading 180.
Oh, it's going to just go ahead and do it? I don't know where one is south.
Yep. Oh.
What's that doing? What's it doing?
I don't know. It's talking to us though, so here, I got the airplane. Got it.
Huh?
I got the airplane. Advance the throttle here a little, see what we get. Huh.
What?
I don't know, just a little surge there. Did you feel that?
Why are you going?
I'm turning back towards the airport in case we have an engine problem. Oh, does that say fuel pump? Yeah. Here, let me just fly it for a little bit. That seems fine. Okay. Yeah, temperatures are good. All the cylinders are firing. I'll lean it out a little bit. There we are. Okay. You remember how to use the direct to function on the GPS? Okay, you fly the plane now. Let's do this. Let's try the autopilot again. I'm going to set it for straight west. Can you do the autopilot again?
Sun's in my eyes.
I know. I understand that.
No. What do you want me to do?
Turn on the autopilot. Yep. Yep. Very good. Okay, now let it turn. Let it do what it wants to do because it wants to go to west, don't it? Hey, do you remember how to find to enter a waypoint into the GPS? Do you remember how to put an airport into there?
Paris?
Well, could, yeah. Yeah, we can use
No,
these.
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's do you can do the big knob. Do the big knob, yep. Let's see what happens, and watch this. It's actually this big knob here, okay? This big knob. See how it says GPS above it? That's what you're... Okay, there's your nearest. And how did we get the cursor to come on?
We push it in?
Yeah. Okay. And then it's flashing on GWB. If that's what you wanted, just hit the direct to button.
Is that what I want?
Well, that's Auburn. It's closest. Isn't that where you'd want to go? Okay, how do you move the big cursor? Yep. Very good. Yep. Oh, yep. Very good. There you are. Saying 276 to get there. So we're about there. How far are we from the airport, according to this?
Almost 5 miles.
Right, but we're also at 5,000 feet, aren't we? So if we wanted to make that airport, that'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Okay, this is asking for a little up trim. See that? So give it just a little up trim. Okay, try that. Just wait a minute. The light went out, so that's good. Okay, 9288 Romeo, right turn, straight north, 360.
Not going to the airport?
Not at the moment. Right turn.
Right turn to where?
360, north. So north is 0 or also 360, same thing. East is 90, south is 180, west is 270, north is 0.
Is this going to get spooked now because of what it was doing back there?
Oh, there's nothing going on. Motor's running fine. Motor's running fine. Okay. Now I'm going to have you hand fly the descent. I'm going to have you shut off the altitude hold, but I'm going to I'm going to have the autopilot control the left and right. Okay, so we're heading straight north. So 9288 Romeo, descend and maintain 3,000 feet. What that means is I want you to go down to 3,000. We got to kill the altitude hold. Yep. Okay. Now just push the nose forward a little bit. And if you have to, you can use a little nose down trim. You can do this, okay? You can just do that, and that'll give you what you want. If you start speeding up too much.
My speed. Yeah, my speed.
Yes, that's fine. If you start speeding up too much, just pull back a little. We can also take a little power off. Why don't we take this power off down to about 15 to 17, the bottom of that green there. That's perfect. Just leave it there. Very good. That's a nice, that was a nice power pull.
Well, my speed is still pretty high.
Your speed can go all the way to 160. We're fine. Just stay out of the yellow arc. If you get close to the yellow, just start to pull back a little. You're doing great. So we're going down to 3,000. Your speed's wrapping up just a little, maybe back just a little. There you are, and just kind of look outside to get your reference, but you're doing fine. This is excellent. Okay, 9288 Romeo. As you're descending to 3,000, please turn right, heading 090. Did you get that? Okay. That it, steer, you just controlled up and down, okay? As the nose might want to drop a little in the turn, you might have to pull back just a little in the turn to keep the speed from wrapping up on you. Doing fine. Doing good, doing good. So it's coming around to that east heading, isn't it? That's what we're looking for. Notice it starts to roll out of that turn early. It's anticipating. There we are. Very good. And 9288 Romeo, I want you to level off at 3,000 feet. Now, how can you do that easily? Just hit the altitude hold button when you get close to 3,000, okay?
Close to or to?
To it. Well, I mean, you want to hit it just a little before. You don't want to blow by it. It has to have time to think and react too, okay? So maybe at like 3,020 feet or so. Just kind of slow your descent just by pulling back a little. There you are. Now hit your altitude. There you are. And then just watch it. Make sure it does what you commanded it to do. Always verify the airplane's doing what you instructed. Wait and see. It might want a little up trim. Yep. So give it just a little till that light goes out. Try that and see what happens. A little more. It looks like it wants because we've reduced the power quite a bit too. Okay. There we are. Light went out, didn't it? All right, so it's flying the whole thing now, isn't it? It's doing heading and altitude because we have heading lit up and altitude, correct? All right, 9288 Romeo, turn right, heading 180. Right, 180. And what you would do, you would hold down this button here if you were talking to the controller, and you'd say 928, you can just say 88 Romeo, turning right, 180. Okay, 9288 Romeo, what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to set you up on a straight-in approach for runway 27. I'm initially going to give you a 45-degree intercept angle. In other words, the runway straight west, I'm going to have you intercept that runway at about a 240 heading so you can get a nice turn towards it. Our speed's 100 knots indicated. Wants a little more up trim. Go ahead and give it just a little to help it out.
Up?
Trim, yep, there you are. That's good. We'll wait and see what the light does. Yeah, it wants a little more. Let's give it a little more help. There you are. That's good. Boy, SDI is big, isn't it? Oh, that scrap steel on those trains. That's amazing. All right. 9288 Romeo, head right, heading to, actually make it 230. Heading right, 230. One more click. That's 220. One more. That's 225. There you are. There's 230. Good job. That might have been too much. Actually, what? 9288 Romeo, make it 200. My mistake. 200. That's bringing in a little too tight. And 9288 Romeo, descend, maintain 2,500 feet. Very good. Up. Just point the nose down a little. 2,500. Use a little down trim if you have to help you in the descent. And we're just going to 2,500, okay? Let's go ahead and kill the autopilot. Hit the red button. You're now flying it. Go down to 2,500, this heading. Very good. Okay. 9288 Romeo, turn right, heading 270. Right, 270.
Even though I'm not at 2,500 yet?
You can turn and go down at the same time. Remember, the nose will drop. Okay, you turned it, but you got to turn the airplane. The autopilot ain't on.
Oh.
You're lazy with that autopilot. Okay, do you see the airport over there?
Yeah.
Okay, line up with that runway. Tell you what, we're at our height that you would want the gear out. Let's throw the gear out. Look for it. Wheels are round, right? Okay, let's verify gear is down. Let's get a notch of flaps out. Flaps are flat, one notch, yep. That adds a lot of up trim or up on the airplane. It's okay. Go ahead. Now I'll set your power to 15 for you. Go ahead and just descend now. Head towards that runway. So you're a little left of course. You're about a quarter mile to the left. You need to be right. See the runway? It's way over here. There you are. Very good. Auburn DeKalb, 9288 Romeo, 4 mile final, 27 Auburn DeKalb. Going right. Doing good. Gears down, flaps are set. Power's set good too. This is looking good. So just like in the simulator, we want to keep that 27, or the end of the runway, coming to the right. You're plenty left. You're a full 300 to 400 foot left. All right. We're learning. They're still left. You're lined up with the lights,
like
not the runway.
Right.
You are pointing right because the wind is pointing right, but the center of the airplane needs to. There, you're now line up with that runway. The nose will be to the right because the wind. The airplane is canning into the wind that way. You're doing fine. You just keep doing what you're doing. This is looking great. We're a little high, but that's okay because it's white over white, right? What's our airspeed?
105.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to pull off just a little power since we're plenty fast, right? And we're high. So if we're high and fast, we've got to reduce some power, don't we? Okay, this is looking good. You're going to hit your glide angle here just about there. It's starting to come in right now. This is looking really good. Just hold this. Now you're descending pretty fast. You'll probably have to, you're fine.
I need flaps?
Oh,
more flaps?
Yep, there you are. Good. I'll put in another notch of flaps for you. I got your flaps. Okay, now I just want you to concentrate on keeping that 27 right in the middle of the wind, right there. Don't let it blow you to the left. I know that it looks like the nose is pointing to the right, but that's fine. I'll help you with this landing. Looking good. Gear is down. Keep coming down. Keep the nose coming downhill. Don't pull up.
I feel like I'm going to land before the runway.
Okay, just arrest that a little. There you are. Very good. Okay, the power's off. Doesn't get a little nose heavy. I should have rolled some trim, so we're going to have to pull a little hard on this, okay? So round out. Now look down the runway. Look all the way at the end of the runway. Okay, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. That's full
What
stall.
was that?
Full stall landing. That's the stall warning. That's telling you that you're within about 5 to 6 knots of not flying anymore if you bleed off more airspeed. Good. Good job. That enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll steer it for you. Let you steer once we get off the runway. How's that? Did good. Not that it matters for what I'm teaching you, but you can help me when we fly. Once we get over the hold short line here, what you want to do when you get past the hold short line is go ahead and stop. Okay. Then we, again, grab the flaps, and flaps are flat, right? Air is round. Flaps are flat, so we go flaps up, then we turn off the strobe lights. And the reason why we turn off the strobe lights is just for consideration, or at night when it flashes in someone's eyes. It's that one right there, strobe lights. Beacon always stays on. That's our tail beacon. That's a little red light on the back that flashes.
When do you turn the strobes back on?
When you fly, when you take the runway. Anytime you're on the runway or in there. So I want you to follow the yellow line here. Okay? Good practice steering. So what I wanted to tell you is the wind, as you can see, the windsock air, actually it's shifted a little more downwind. But anyway, the airplane's like a weather vane. It wants to naturally turn into the wind. And the slower you get, the more it'll turn into the wind relative to the direction you're going. So you got to imagine yourself, when the wind's blowing, it's not trying to keep the nose of the airplane pointing at the end of the runway. It's where you're sitting that you want to be lined up with the runway. You might be turned 10, 15, 20 degrees like this, and the runway's right there. So what you do is you just steer until your butt is sitting over the center of that runway, and you got it. And that's a hard thing to learn, because it's in a car you don't have that. You don't have that tendency where the car wants to wants to steer into the wind. It has its tires that hold it firmly to the road. So you did really good, though. Very good. And this is about the right taxi. I usually taxi a little faster than this, but this is a good speed. You're not on the brakes, right?
No.
Okay, good. This actually goes downhill a little, so it actually pick up a little speed. What I'll do is just pull a little more throttle off. I mean, there's full idle. That's 650 RPM there. And it's all the way to a stop. Yep. So in a turn, you can also descend. You can also climb in a turn. You don't have to do one or the others. Climbing turns, climbing descents. You did fine, though. Again, if your speed picks up, especially if it's gaining rapidly, pull back on that yoke a little bit. If you're in a steep turn, then you'll want to level the lanes. I mean, if you're really getting out of control, yes, level the wings. Pull back on the stick after you level the wings. But for normal turns and descents, you did fine. Held your altitude good. You were holding your heading good. Not bad for your third lesson. Okay, so we're going to always again test the brakes before you try to make a turn. That looks like they're working, yep. So keep going straight first. Now turn. That way you can see that yellow line. You turn too quickly, you lose sight of the line, and then you end up in the... Idea is always to keep the nose wheel as long as you can, so you need to be to the right quite a bit. The yellow line's right over here. There you are. Good job. Now keep going straight. Don't cut the turn this time. Let's just keep going straight.
Do you apply the brake,
nope.
or you just
turn? Yep, just turn. Yep. Only time you apply the brake is when you got to turn sharp. And what it does is it'll pivot then on that tire. I'm going to help you with the throttle a little here. Okay, right turn. Okay, straighten it out a little. There you are. Very good. Well, you can ride with me on this. I got the rudders, but you ride with me. I'll show you how we do this tight turn. Okay, and we're going to clear the truck air, no problem. So I'm going to stomp on, or push the right rudder and just tap the brakes a little. See that? How it brings that nose right around? I'm going to rev it up a little bit past 1,000 RPM just for a little bit here. That was that scavenge pump I'm telling you on that. It sucks the oil up out of the turbo so we don't have a big puddle of oil on our floor next time we fly. Okay, good. This kills the engine, remember? It's the mixture. Then we just go to right to left. We go ignition off.